these guys. So we've got a heated match right off the cusp tonight. So we're jumping in. We got Sean's Cuddle Buddies versus Fuckboys. Let's get this started up. Jump in and spectate real quick as we get going.
Cuddle them buddies.
All right, and we're off the starting block. Crushinator jumping in, going ahead and getting a pretty good hit off of that ball.
I can't hear Bowen.
Getting a good shot, got a good angle. Okay.
No audio bowl.
All right. Sorry about that here, and we had a little bit of a technical difficulty getting into this match. A little bit of the audio got cut here, but here I am. So we get our second goal now. Crushinator coming in, adding one to make the score 2-0 as we go. 4 minutes left in this match. All right, we got our cars revving. We're coming up to the starting block. Sean and Phil hitting head-to-head. A lot of contention, a lot of aggression here. Something I was talking about when the audio was cut was with these 2v2s. There's not so much room for any kind of zone defense, not really room to have much of a goalie. And right there, Crushinator scores another one. We're 3-0. We're 3-0. Such an impressive showing last night. Coming out and blanking Fuck Honor were the Fuck Boys, but now they are down with a big goose egg on the board against our veteran. All right, we get a little contention off of that. Fomir clearly winning the ball out, going to take his shot, angling it up. Sean coming in to play a little bit of defense there. So that man-to-man we were talking about. A lot of cars on this ball right here, a lot of cars. Oh, and a perfect nose to just barely squeak that into that corner. Great job. You can tell Crushinator plays this game a lot. He's got a lot of time sent into this. Using that turbo to just get that perfect little touch and knock that ball right into the goal. Wow, right off the bat, Crushinator just being aggressive, getting that perfect angle to just kick it right past. Now Elliot and Sean kind of on the ropes. Down 4-0. Still plenty of time in this match to make a comeback, but...
There's dead. Are you guys doing mercy rules?
No mercy rules in this league. This is a league for honor. The last boys that we saw, Fuck Honor, got a little bit of what Crushinator's doling out tonight. That's 5-0, folks. That's 5-0. This is not really looking good for Fuck Boys, as Crushinator's really just taking them to task, even setting Phil up there with some goals. This is just not looking good right now, 5-0. So hopefully Fuck Boys are able to take a little bit of this off, you know, a little bit of the rust off and just make this happen. But right now, starting to wonder, is anybody going to be able to stop Crushinator? Coming into the season, you know, he was really the only person who had played any meaningful time in this game that joined up with the league. So we knew he was going to be pretty much an odds-all favor to win this, but this is just clearly a league of his own. Just taking Fuck Boys to task. Just absolutely wiping his ass with them. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Incredible stuff we're seeing here. We still got another game after this. This is starting to look like too tall a task to come back from, but what I'm hoping to see here is that we get a little bit of competitiveness. As I say that, it looks like Crushinator is going to use his teammate there to score another goal, and here we are, 7-0. We've still got 2 minutes and 48 seconds into this match. And, you know, this kind of stuff can really take a toll. Last night we saw the
job,
self-proclaimed MVP come out and just really talk a lot of shit leading into his match, really self-awarded the MVP to himself before we had really even played any time in this league. Not even sure that I had seen him in any practice sessions while we were on, over the previous week. And comes in, is just decimated on the field, and just like he added his title to himself, he stripped it from himself, now declaring that he's the broken MVP. We still are yet to see what that means, but it's been a little strange. It's been a little strange with the chatterings in the league this week. We'll kind of see what this manifests itself into. A lot of contention here. I'm glad to see that they're still sticking with this. It's 8-0. We are in pretty much what's looking like garbage time at this point. Goals do still matter, because if there were to be ties, with any matches down the road, that goal differential could come in and play a key factor. But for right now, we're really just filling time to see if anybody's going to mount anything, as Crushinator just scores yet another goal. Just absolutely wiping fuckboys. See what we can get off of this. Is he going to just stay this aggressive pace the whole way? Is he going for 10? Are we going to see double digits scored by one team? Our fuckboy's going to score it all. It's looking like they've got a good shot. Crushinator missing that ball, but just couldn't get it done. Hitting the corner of the goal, hitting the post, nothing doing there. Folks, this stream brought to you by White Claw with a K. White Claw with a K. This right now would be a great time to get a cold, refreshing, White Claw with a K, because as we kind of go into this next match, we're probably going to see a double-digit score here out of one team. So if you'd like to go use the restroom, if you'd like to literally go do anything else, this is just looking like a massacre.
Come on, fuck what?
Kind of finding it hard to even find words for what an ass beating this is. Are we going to see a goal? Okay, finally, thank you. We're not going to have a goose egg tonight. It's 9-1. It is 9-1. Can't quite say it's a game, but we do have a 9-1 first game between Fuckboys and Sean's Cuddle Buddies. Hard to keep up with all the boys and cuddling around here. Right off the bat, we see a shot, but a great defense. It's good defense by Golden Boy. A little defense there. It seems at this point we're just using this garbage time to kind of play keep away, run the clock down, try to get out of this one. At this point, completely insurmountable lead. But again, those goals do matter. That one goal for Fuckboys is adding a positive goal differential right now. Maybe down the road. Kelly just toying with these boys, just frolicking through a field with a bunch of small children. We see an explosion there. Check over with Phil, see what he's got going on here. Lining up this shot. Is he going to get it? Misses it, but they still score. We have a double-digit score. Sean's Cuddle Buddies taking us to 10 for the first double-digit score in this tournament. We do have another sponsorship. This stream is brought to you by the great used car salesman. He sells Mitsubishis here in the Austin area. That's going to be Scott Elder. Scott Elder loses his goddamn mind to sell us used cars, losing his wife, and as rumor has it, one time being trapped in a massive teapot by a pack of gorillas so that he could sell you used cars. Just want to give a good shout out to Scott Elder, out there doing the most, making the greatest commercials on earth, keeping us entertained. We're still working on that sponsorship for Tyler and I's Portal Night stream. Hasn't yet happened, but we love you, Scott Elder. Thank you for doing your best for Austin, Texas. Thank God this match is over. Please, let's get out of this. Wow, so a lot to digest there. We see Crushinator with the 8 goals, 12 shots on the goal. That was a relentless ass beating that I hope we don't see again in this tournament. So far, today the matches were pretty competitive until we saw that, which was an 11-1 smackdown. kind of leads you to wonder what all took place there. Was it simply that, you know, the Fuck Boys played some easy competition yesterday against the MVP and Devin, and maybe it lulled them into a false sense of confidence? Is it more just that Kelly has that experience, you know, in the arena? Or is it kind of a combination of all those things all together? One can really only wonder, but it doesn't really matter. At the end, we see an 11-1 ass beating. You know, I'm just starting to wonder, really, when fuckboys are going to be able to sit in a chair again. That just wasn't a pretty sight. We got about 10 seconds before we head into this next match. I'm hoping, really, as we come back into this, fuckboys aren't too rattled, that they don't feel like resigning the competition, but rather that they are going to, you know, kind of rally the troops, come back, learn from their mistakes. One would really hope this was a heel move on their part and that maybe they threw that match so that they could come back and do a little rope-a-dope action here at the end. We'll see. As we move to the Aquadome, playing daytime in the Aquadome. A lot of fish sounds, a lot of fishy smells, a lot of squishing and squirting here in the Dome. All right. So we're cutting over here to Crushinator. Again, our aggressor in this match, the veteran. Honestly, putting together just a masterful session in that previous match. Really making a case that he would be our league's MVP. Nothing broken about him, folks. Nothing quite broken about him. Now going backwards. Really seeming to taunt the competition, driving his car backwards. Wow, folks. Not only did he just decimate the other team, but now he's out there showboating. Seems for a guy who's talked very little in the chat and has only seemed to encourage cuddling, we got a little heel tactic going on here. But he's a strong silent type. Seeming to toy with the competition, he's just ensuring that the ball's kind of kicked around. Sean doing his best to take advantage of that and scoring right off the bat. Now that is what we want to see right there. That is the type of stuff that makes you honorable, that makes you stand in when times are tough, continue to be competitive, and score these goals. And we see Sean taking advantage of Kelly's showboating and coming right off the bat and scoring that within a minute in this second match. Now we see Crushinator getting in there, being aggressive again, maybe seeing that little tortoise and hare action just happened where his showboating cost his team a goal. Still driving backwards. Really close to scoring with his car in reverse. This is just the most interesting form of shit-talking, folks. The kind with no words. Continuing to toy with the competition, we're starting to wonder when Crushinator's going to kick in and play for real here. Phil seeming to just stay in there and keep competitive. But really, this is just a glorified game of keep away at this point. Boy, it sure is exciting just watching a field of boys play with balls. Flipping backwards. We see Egliot trying to reorient himself to come over and make an aggressive push on this ball. Missing it. Coming back up the wall. Nothing doing on this one as it just rolls right past the goal. Crushinator coming in and trying to get a score off. Fomir coming in and getting a retouch on that, trying to make it happen. But we see Fuckboys doing their best to just play some defense here and keep the lead. Now Fomir getting a tail whip, misses it wide left. Crushinator coming in to try to clean it up, but Sean playing some defense to kick that out of the way. Coming in, Elliot's on the ball, kicking it in, it's close. Crushinator with the defense, top of his car, just knocking that ball back. We've got Egliot and Golden Boy tending the goal as Crushinator makes a drive. Setting it up, rolling dangerously close. Phil just trying to get that touch on it as Golden Boy and Egliot kick it out of the way. Just trying to get that ball away. A lot of aggression in this match. Like, honestly, a lot of use of turbo. This is some real high-flying action. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like when we get our next match in the round robin. You know, and that was just an interesting thing to think about, too. You know, the match last night really kind of just changed the whole dynamic of the league, where we have the self-proclaimed MVP coming in and kicking up a storm, taking credit for really igniting the league and making it, in his words, what it is today and making it relevant. And in that one match, we see his confidence just totally broken, just foundation wiped out from under him. And I wonder now, as he's sitting and probably watching this match with tears in his beer, I wonder how he's feeling about being broken and what that really means to him. Does this lessen the sting? Does it make him more worried as they get ready for the next match? Time will only tell, and we'll see that match coming up this week. Just some really interesting stuff here, adding a real power dynamic to the game. Kelly continuing his masterful trolling of this match by just driving his car in reverse, just toying with the competition. Sean having none of it, hits a goal from downtown, middle of the goal, send it home, 2-0, and now we start to wonder, is Crushinator just going to let this match fly by as he continues to toy with the competition and drive backwards, or is he going to jump in here and try to win this here at the end? We shall see. Here we go, Phil getting that action right out of the gate. But the ball still goes the other way. Crushinator still driving his car backwards. Really making heavy use of reverse. Something not often seen here in the Honor League. A sailing ball. Seems at this point that Egliot and Golden Boy have just made it their duty to try to keep the ball in the air, keep it out of play for the time being so that they can kind of walk out of this one with a 2-0. Not as masterful as the last match, but I think it'll be a really big deal if they can get out of this match, you know, with their assholes intact. Egliot really trying to be aggressive on that ball, kicking it up into the air. You see it come tumbling back down into the arena. With 20 seconds left, you start to wonder if really anything's going to be done here. It seems like Crushinator's just decided to let this roll into a match 3. Really just playing around, it seems, in this second match. And that's the kind of stuff you can come to expect here in the Honor League. It's unpredictable. We really never know what's going to happen. Last night we went into a match thinking that we're going to see this really heated show-off between two teams that had talked just an incredible amount of shit, and really we just see a one-way ass-whipping. Saw that here in this first match, but we do have fuckboys coming in winning this match here. So 2-0, that's going to take us to a 1-1. We have one more tiebreaker. We're going to have it's a best 2 out of 3 series here. So we saw the first match go 11-1 to Sean's Cuddle Buddies, and we saw this match go 2-0 to Fuckboys. Kelly jumping into the chat to say, dang, couldn't do it. You start to wonder if that's heavily slathered on with a little bit of sarcasm as Egliot comes back with the FU. Sean showing his support for Pride Month, something we support here in our chat. Sean reminding everybody that it is okay to be gay. That's all we have to say about that. We're going to take it to Urban Central. You'll see on the screen that we do have a 3v3. That's just because I'm in and spectating, folks. We don't have any surprise entrants, so no worries there. Go ahead and get this started up. 5 minutes left to declare a winner in this match. We're going to see if Crushinator comes out and decides to actually play this round or if he's going to continue to drive backwards. Ball's up in the air, out of play. Going to cost a few seconds right here off the bat. We do see Fomir coming in and getting that tail whip. Seems to be doing pretty good with landing those to at least get the ball out of scoring range for his goal and into his opponent's side of the field. See Sean come in with a little shot off of there, being really aggressive again. And that's what I like to see about these matches. You have a lot of aggression coming right here off the bat. Really driving it home the entirety of the match. No real lulls, other than whatever Crushinator was doing in that second match. But we just see this a lot of face-to-face, a lot of, you know, really angry drives across the field to try to send it over to the opponent's side. Oh, we've got an angle, and we have our first score. Crushinator kicking it in. So we see this time not as much driving in reverse. It seems he's decided to just finish this out and actually play the game. Puts his team up 1-0. So Sean's Cuddle Buddies with the early advantage here in this match. One of the things you really start to worry about here is with the MVP being broken now and just really starting to sow a little bit of discord into his team, he still, with Devin, has to play a match coming up against this team here led by Crushinator starts to really make you wonder, you know, is his weird love, as we see Crushinator score another goal here, is his weird love for Sean going to change hands now and go to the likes of someone like Crushinator, who's dominated his boy toy? Only time will tell, folks. Only time will tell. Again, contesting those balls. Really aggressive right there in the middle, just really putting their face into the ball. Right off the bat, we see Crushinator drive it home. We are up 3-0, folks. We are up 3-0. It's amazing when you don't drive in reverse for the entire match, what you are able to do in a tournament like this. Just incredible. Just a masterful, masterful class in owning some butthole. Crushinator coming and kicking that ball off over far right. Sean coming in to contest it, trying to get an angle on it, kicks it back over. Crushinator up the wall, coming over to try to get on that ball. Egliot putting his name in the hat, but Fomir just knocks it to the other side of the ring. It's bouncing up towards the goal. Sean's not having it. Gets that sweet tail whip action. Misses that second one. Fomir missing his as well, but Golden Boy doubles back around to come and get some contact on it. Fomir having a little bit of trouble getting that angle. Kicking it up in the air. It's in play. Still contested, still in play. Anything could happen here. Corner's out. Still not out of play for a goal here. We've seen Crushinator take some amazing angles in this game. Egliot jumping over, trying to just get that ball away from his goal. Crushinator driving it home. We have 4-0, folks. We have 4-0. Time to go and do a shout out to one of our sponsors. This goes to Scott Elder's Coors Light. Turns out while we were doing a previous read, Scott Elder was tuned into the channel, heard about that, and has become our first sponsor into Coors Light. Now don't get confused, that is not the one with the Blue Mountains, folks. You would be getting the wrong can. That is going to be Coors Light with a K. As we see Sean go in to try to make a defense and really just hands Crushinator another goal here. Just own goaling right there. You start to wonder, was that on purpose? Is he just trying to put himself out of his misery? Staying competitive, but we've seen Egliot's car kind of slow down as this has gone on. I want to see him still fight through this. Ball's up in the high corner. Kelly setting himself up for another shot, but Golden Boy there to defend it, kick it back out. At this point, 5-0, we still got 2 minutes in this. Something could happen, but comparing this game to Game 1, where Kelly's doing really none of the driving in reverse, you start to wonder if anything positive is going to happen here. Ball set up in the corner. Fomir trying to come in here and get that tail whip on this. Oh, he gets contact on it, but it is knocked off the wall and out of reach as it rolls over to the far left. Kelly putting that back up into play. It's now bounced into the middle of the ring. Kelly going up to get some high-flying action. Misses it, but does end up with a positive. Scores it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just not fit for TV. You are watching two men in their cars have their assholes shredded to ribbons right before your very eyes. You just really hate to see it. You just really hate to see it. As the ball bounces up, we see Sean's Cuddle Buddies driving the score up like student debt. It's just a terrible travesty here for Fuckboys. Now, they do still sit with a win, so this game here will not send them into the losers bracket. In fact, should by some miracle the MVP find himself again and put together a formidable play against Sean's Cuddle Buddies, we could end up having a tie where goal differential makes all the difference here. So, interesting kind of dynamic to the next match where we're going to see Sean's Cuddle Buddies go up against Fuck Honor. So there is still much to be played for in this round robin, as we're only 2 matches in to this whole thing. So we see 6-0 as we're going into 46 seconds. It looks like tonight we will see Fuckboys handed their first loss of the season, sitting at 1-1. As Crushinator scores to ice this, it's probably iced long ago. We start to look forward and look into the bracket. Currently in the standings, we'll have tied for first place Sean's Cuddle Buddies and 69 Boys, though with this showing tonight, 69 Boys would fall to second with goal differential just because of the sheer ass beating that Sean's Cuddle Buddies have handed out here. We're going to see, out of our three teams that have played in this round robin match, we're going to see that the MVP and Devin for Fuck Honor just sitting down there with a loss. But again, they could come in tomorrow, they could come in and play their match, get that W, and we'd have a totally different tournament on our hands, folks. Just kicking the ball around now for Sport. Just an absolute travesty. What can we say, folks? What can we say? I will say I think we have a new MVP. The more we look at it, we see 7 goals in this one. I believe 8 in the last one. 10 centered balls. 12 shots on goal in the last match. This is just incredible, folks. This is just a masterclass. Crushinator living up to the name. Honestly, hasn't crowned himself the MVP, but looking everything like it in this match. Thanks to you guys. Thanks for checking in. Have a great night.